Usually when I'm making a stew with red meat, it's either lamb or beef, but why not try Kangaroo? It's lean, high in protein and iron, and it has a full-bodied flavour. So I'm going to show you my version using some port and wine. They go so well with Kangaroo. So I've got 500 grams of diced Kangaroo, and I want this to be a nice thick stew, the sauce that is. So I'm going to place all of this Kangaroo meat into some flour, and that'll help thicken out our sauce later on. So 500 grams, and then we just want to lightly coat it in the flour. I also like to add a pinch of salt, a good pinch of salt, and freshly cracked pepper. Okay, and just coat that. And as I start adding this to a saute pan, I'm just going to shake off the excess flour. So a good glug of oil. I'm just using some extra virgin olive oil for this. And we're going to fry it. Now, if you've got more of the Kangaroo meat, you can do this in batches. What you don't want to do is overcrowd the pan, because we're leaving the stewing for later when all the liquid is in the pot. Right now, we just want to sear this off and get some colour to add extra flavour to the stew. So in that goes. Last few little bits. All right, that'll only take moments to colour on that side, and then I'll flip it and colour it on the other side too. We need one onion, one large onion. What I like to do is always just take the core out of my onion, particularly if I'm just wanting sliced onions, so they separate quite easily. So just cut a triangle and then thinly slice the onion. Now, I'm keeping mine really simple with just the onions, but of course you can add other classics to this like carrots, celery, you could even add some garlic. What I'm really trying to show you here is how easy it is to cook Kangaroo. You can't go wrong if you cook this low and slow. All right, let's turn this on the other side. Yes, see how we've got some beautiful colour there? Nicely charred, that's what we're after. We're just sealing in all the goodness. So we'll just flip that over and flash frying them on the other side too. All right, happy with that. Got a plate. We'll just rest the meat on a plate for a moment and return your pan another glug of oil, about 1 to 2 tablespoons on that high heat, and then in with our onions. So just like our Kangaroo meat, we want to give the onions a bit of colour. So we're just going to cook that for about 3 to 4 minutes, then we can return the meat. Onions are ready, in with some tomato paste. The tomato paste is not only for flavour, it's also going to give our sauce a really nice sheen. It's time to deglaze. So the combination of port, I love the sweet, deep flavour of port, and also some red wine. So you can see there's quite a lot in here, but this is going to cook down significantly, and that smells so good. So we can return our Kangaroo and all of those juices on the plate. That is flavour. We're just going to cover that in the liquid, bring that up to the boil and in with some stock. So again, it's going to look like quite a lot, but it does cook down. It needs to cook for that 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Also some rosemary. You could also use another hard herb like thyme. Thyme and Kangaroo, fantastic flavours. All right, and now it's time to sit back and wait for that to cook. Do turn that down to a low heat, and like I said, 1.5 hours, or until that meat is super tender. And here we have the most delicious stew in a rich port and red wine sauce. Have a look at this. And you know it's cooked when you can just grab a spoon and the meat just simply falls away. Look at this. See how tender that is? Absolutely perfect. So I've got a nice deep dish here, and we'll place our stew to one side and lots of that sauce. I've just got some simple steamed kipfer potatoes. I love waxy potatoes with a stew, and some Dutch carrots. I'll place them on the side too. For a pop of colour, just parsley. Scrunch that up and we'll just chop that quite finely. I love the freshness of parsley with a deep stew like this, and we'll just sprinkle that over the whole lot. There you have it. That's a French style stew using that port and red wine, but Kangaroo as the protein. I love Kangaroo. It tastes delicious. Why not give it a try?